Right, today is the 15th of April, 2026, and this is the NQ we're looking at. I traded the MNQ for this morning, and at one point I started trading the pre-market and was just getting whacked around because of candles like this right there. And I just made the mistake of doing that, and I was down at one point $1,300, and only on this evaluation account I only have $2,000 that I can lose. So I had to get straight and start really watching the market from there. So I waited for the open. Um, I waited for this overnight high to be broken, and it was, and then it pulled back, and I here's my confluences down here that were all very bullish. And at this point, this RSI was not, because of that red candle. And I just waited. That was the first 15 minutes, and then first 15 minutes formed. And let's see what looks like over here. Yeah, so I waited for that to break and then pull back, and then I bought it above this high. And I think I traded 3 micros at the time, and that's what I trade is micros on this. Even though I use these charts, they are the full-on mini. But I just jockeyed the rest of the time, and I got most of my money back. So times like this where it was it'd make a high and then come back, have a red candle, this 5-minute chart, um, I would go in and put a buy order above that high right there and take out. I tried to take 20 points. So right here it was I got in at 86, I think it was, and got out around 05 or 04. Let's see, that the high on that was 06. I think I was started fading those right around the 200, or I mean the 2100 area, if my memory serves me. And then I just started whittling away to start getting profit back. So above this high, I got long again, and I started taking out profit. Like I said, I usually shoot for 20 points, and this was that was 30 point or 25 points right there. But I got to the point where I was I was only down. I was down $330. And so what I did was I just went to lunch and just said I'll try to make it back tomorrow. But then realizing though that I knew at some point there would probably be a sell-off, but all my confluences have to be lined up. And here's my stochastic, MACD, CCI, and the RSI. And these dotted lines with the round dots so this is the 50 level for the RSI. Stochastics, it's a 50 level. CCI, it's a 0 level. And then I want this to be red. So what I waited for was this candle, or this move down with a pullback. And if you notice, all this little area right here of support from here, here, and here, we had 3 support levels. And I went over to the 1-minute chart, and this is the ES, and this is the NASDAQ. So what I like is for both of those to be lined up in the same picture, the same patterns at the same time. And they don't always do it. So usually I just stay away when they aren't doing it. And they started setting up. So I noticed the downward pressure was going here. This is the 20 moving average, and this is the 200 on the ES. And then these are stacked, the 9, the I think the 15 and the 21. And those are kind of tight, I realize, but they give me a good visual reference. And all that, when it started breaking down, all that volume started increasing to the downside. And then I used the book map, and originally it was up around 4,500 positive. Down, this is the CVD. And then when it started selling off, it got down, it was hanging in the 4,300s. And I waited. I said, well, if it sells off where I want it to, where I want to get in, it should be down below 4,300. And it was. It was down 42 or 41 something. So I knew that the market guys, the guys selling and buying at the market, there were more market sellers at that point taking over. So that was my strategy there too, and it worked. So I put in 10 contracts at 10 micros to sell short right there and that low was 80 86.50. I think on the micros it was 86 even. So I put it in at 85.75 on a stop to sell it short. I sold 10 and then sold a couple more as it went down. And all in all, I made over $400 back. So I'm up about $27 for the day, uh, coming back from being down $1,300 with a bogey of $2,000. So I feel pretty good about myself on that one. I'm not tooting my own horn because it was stupidity that got me there. Let me just put it that way. And carelessness, trading the pre-market when all kinds of things were happening, and I should have just stayed clear. But here's a better picture. When this blue line, this is the DMI, and the red line, those are spread far apart. It's a very bullish pattern right there. This is the VWAP. This is the 20 moving average, and here was that move that came down, and that was right around the time that this was crossing over, and the RSI was crossing the 50 right here, and this is the C. They call it the CDV on TradingView. It's cumulative volume delta too, and everything was going bearish when those are red. So I just felt better about putting in that trade and risking a little more than I usually do, and it paid off. So those are my trading notes for the day. I make these so I can go back and watch them later and know what I was thinking at the time that I took the trade. So I hope you got something out of it if you watched it, and hope you got a good or had a good trading day. And we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.